Good morning, everyone. For this one, we're going to go through how to go from moles of a substance, or excuse me, from grams of a substance to moles of a substance. First, I just want to remind you, grams is a unit of mass, and that's what we can measure, right? So, put something on a balance, it tells us how many grams are in a sample measure. Moles is a number of atoms, just like a dozen's a number of donuts. But because our atoms are tiny, it's 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms in 1 mole. And this is what reactions are based on. So because we can measure mass, but because every element has a different mass, we convert it to moles to get it into a number that can relate. And so we use the molar mass to convert between these two, which would be the number of grams in a given mole of a substance. And we get that from the periodic table. So knowing that, if we've got 48 grams of oxygen gas and we would like to figure out how many moles that is, you're going to need to figure out the molar mass of oxygen gas. To do this, we just need to go to our periodic table, and we see that oxygen has a molar mass or an atomic mass of 15.999, and we're going to call that 16. The molar mass of, or the mass of one atom of oxygen would be 16 atomic mass units or AMUs. But from mole of atoms of oxygen would be 16 grams. Now, don't forget oxygen gas is diatomic, so it's O2, so the molar mass of that, you just double the 16 because there's two of them. The molar mass of oxygen gas is 32 grams per mole. And so to get from grams to moles, we can do it one of two ways. We can start with the number of grams we have, so we got 48 grams of O2. We're going to multiply by that ratio between grams and moles. 1 mole of O2 is 32 grams of O2. Now, no, we've got grams here and grams on the bottom, and we know if we divide by the same thing, we can just cancel it out. So our units cancel out and we're left with moles, which is what we want. So if you ever forget which one goes where, you know you've got to cancel out those units. So then we just have 48 divided by 32, which then gives us 1.5 moles of O2 gas. The other way you can do it is just set up a proportion. Because we know the ratio between grams of oxygen and moles of oxygen will always be 32 to 1. We can say that we've got 48 grams of O2, and we're looking for the number of moles, which is technically N. We know that that ratio there has got to be the same as 32 grams of O2 to 1 mole of O2. And if you cross multiply and solve through this, you will also get 1.5 moles of O2. We go from 15 grams of potassium nitrate to moles of potassium nitrate. It's the same process. It's just an extra step to figure out the molar mass. The potassium is K. If you look at the periodic table, it's in the first column, so it's got one valence electron, which it will lose when it forms an ionic compound. Potassium's +1, nitrate's -1. We know that those numbers are going to cancel out, and we don't need any more subscripts for either ion. To get the molar mass of potassium nitrate, you just add up all of the molar masses of each individual element. So potassium is 39.1, nitrogen is 14, and because we've got this 3 on oxygen, that means there's 3 oxygen atoms there, and each one has a mass of 16. So our molar mass of potassium nitrate is going to be 101.1 grams per mole. From there, we just do the same thing as last time, and we're going to take what we're given. So we've got 15 grams of KNO3, multiply that ratio, and because we start with grams, we have to go put grams on the bottom. Oops, but not that. Potential. Put the molar mass down here, 101.1 grams KNO3. When you solve for that, you'll get about 0.15 moles of potassium nitrate. Again, if you want to set up a ratio, you can do that as well. Just make sure that grams and moles are on the same or if grams start on top, it's on top on both, or vice versa. So if you got 15 grams of KNO3 for a given number of moles, it's always going to be equal to that ratio of the molar mass. So 101 grams, 101.1 KNO3 for every 1 mole. It really doesn't matter which method you use. It works out to be the same either way. So whatever one you like more, go ahead and use. As always, good luck, have fun.